Good morning, Coveyhill.Church. This is Pastor Dan. Just an update on how we are going to be meeting tomorrow for our gathering. It's at 11 a.m. outside in the pavilion, and you are welcome to attend. If you're part of our church or not, we hope that you can come. We are being a little risky meeting the way we are, so we are doing it outside to mitigate some of those risks, and also it's just going to be a beautiful day. There are tables available under the pavilion for families of a single household to use, as well as bring lawn chairs because those seats will fill up quickly. You can stay in your vehicles. We have a PA system, so it should be loud enough if you're parked close for everyone to hear. So there's multiple ways you can meet depending on your comfortability right now. And I welcome you to join us for the worship of the Triune God, and we look forward to that at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Just a few notes about our expectations for gathering. It is the official word of the board that we are not requiring masks or social distancing. Having said that, as your pastor, now in your freedom I adjure you how to use that freedom in love for your brother and sister in Christ Jesus. So these are some scriptures from Romans chapter 12, where Paul is writing to a church in Rome. And these Christians have a variety of viewpoints and cultures represented in their church. They have a large Jewish constituency, a large Gentile group in their church, and they've been separated for a while because the Jews had been run out of the city by the Roman officials. And so now they're returning, and there's been some tension about how they should meet together and what you should insist on being allowed to eat or not allowed to eat, because the Jews had strict dietary restrictions. The Jewish Christians did, and then the Gentile Christians didn't, and you had to figure out how to navigate all of that. And so here's what Paul tells them, and I think these words are so important for us to keep in mind and have God speak them to us as we consider how we gather in this delicate time that we are living in, with such a range of health concerns among our own church, as well as political and other viewpoints on everything going on. The one thing that unites us is Jesus Christ, and we are one body bought by his blood. So these are Jesus's words for his church today, as well as then. Listen as I read chapter 12, verses 9 and following. Let love be genuine. Abhor what's evil, and hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints, and seek to show hospitality. In these words, we see the one rule that guides everything for the church gathering. Let love be genuine. Love one another with brotherly affection. Love one another. And so as your pastor, I encourage you and I call you to love for this Sunday. There is a church family that we are a part of, where part of our family members are not feeling the risks of this virus very deeply because it's not as big a risk for them. And there are other people within our congregation for whom this is a serious risk, and they risk more coming. And so I encourage all of you to love one another wisely and well, be attentive to each other's needs, and you can't spell out every detail, so I'm asking you to love one another well and wisely. Give each other a lot of grace. And I encourage you to bring a mask and to stay 6 feet apart. It's not commanded, it's not mandatory, but I encourage you to think along these lines for the brothers and sisters who might be much more comfortable coming under those conditions. We want to make sure that we show hospitality in our church to every member so that we can have the largest group of our church gathering at the same time. That's my pastoral prayer and desire for us. So take that for what it is. And I love you, church. Look forward to worshiping with you tomorrow at 11 a.m. God bless you. And as the Lord has called us, we will love one another and show brotherly affection to one another. In Christ Jesus, I bless you and see you later.